thunder.
Ooh, it is thundering.
Oh.
Hi everybody, I'm Steve Sins. This is Tracy-ski. We are Sins&ski Pura Vida, and we are in lovely Costa Rica on a kind of overcast day. Still beautiful.
Well, actually, it wasn't this morning.
No, it was sunny. Well, the sun keeps peeking out, and then it kind of spit rain. So we decided to throw this video together for you to talk about the border run that we just completed last week. Thursday we left of last week. Went to Panama for 4 days. The border runs you have to do in Costa Rica to live here. You have a 90-day visa, and to renew that visa, you have to leave the country to come back into the country. So what most people do here...
Every 90 days.
Every 90 days. Sorry, did I say that? No. Every 90 days. Sorry. If I didn't,
I don't know.
sorry.
I can't remember.
I don't know. We're old. We forget. Seconds later. Like goldfish. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Actually, goldfish are supposed to have really good memory.
Are they? Well,
apparently.
And they're doing better than we are. So anyway, so yes, 90 days. You have to leave the country, which, I mean, I say a lot of people, but it's common for people to do border runs at land borders, Nicaragua or Panama. When we came here, the borders had recently reopened, we think.
I don't think they had. I don't think
Can't
they
remember.
had. I can't remember.
But our fear was that they may close again, so we bought a flight, because you have to have proof when you come into Costa Rica that you're leaving the country. Bus ticket for the land borders to Panama or Nicaragua, airline ticket to anywhere in the world, doesn't matter. You get stamped somewhere else, and then you get stamped back into Costa Rica, and you're good for another 90 days.
And you also have to have health insurance, so which covers you for COVID. So in case you get sick, you need to have coverage for accommodations. So you can quarantine, or if you need to be hospitalized, you need coverage for that as well, which is $50,000 American US. And I believe the accommodations is $2,000 US if you have to quarantine for up to 14 days. And you need that. So you will only get stamped for as long as you've got your insurance. We are with Trowick. That's the cheapest one that I found for Canadians. And so for our 90 days, for two of us, both in our mid-50s, was $502 Canadian. It was Canadian.
Yes. Think so, yes.
So anyway, the border run. Wow. Getting into Panama. That was quite a adventure.
A lot of security. Leaving Costa Rica, no problem. Basically, you run your bags through.
Well, leaving, they don't care.
San Jose, you run your bags through the scanner. I think that's all we did, I believe, in Costa Rica. Got to the gate, got our plane tickets, and we were good to go. Panama, I believe there was 3 different measures of security, if I remember correctly.
Yes, there was, yeah.
Scanning the luggage, the usual deal.
3 times.
Yes. 3 times?
3 times, yeah, 3 times.
Scan, and then there was immigration themselves. And all the immigration, you have to have a negative COVID test to get into Panama within 72 hours.
No, I think it's 72 hours.
Yes, we think it's 72. You have to have a negative COVID test, which we went down into San Isidro, near us here, and had that done
for $60 US a piece. So it's $120, just a straight $120 US
yes.
for both of us.
And it can be either test.
Actually, yes, that's right. It can be the antigen test or the PCR test for Panama. It's only Nicaragua that is the one that is only allowing the PCR test, I believe. I don't believe that they're allowing the antigen test. So anyway, we did all that. You have to have a QR code coming back to Costa Rica, but you can't do it within before 72 hours of you flying. And you have to have your flight ticket number as well to be able to fill that QR code in. So we did that on the Sunday, which we had no problems at all, really, yeah. Did we?
No. So so let's go back to Panama here.
Yes.
So Panama, they had security. There was no major problems. They wanted the negative test. We gave it to them. They asked us how long we were going to be there, I believe, which we said 4 days. We had proof of the flight back, which I'm not sure you have to have, but I think they asked for it. They wanted the address of the Airbnb.
They asked us how long we were staying in Panama.
Yes. And they fingerprinted us, both hands, all the fingers, full fingerprints electronically.
That was the first.
Yeah. And then they have a small camera you have to look at. Now, I'm told that scans your eyes. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
That was Shannon, I think.
Somebody said that, yeah, which may be true. It's quite possible that's true. You had to drop your mask, obviously, and they take a picture. Other than that, we were good. We had no problems. You can take it from there if you want. About the cabs, if you want to.
Oh yeah, actually I should go get the numbers.
Where are they? I'll go see if I can find them. Just hold on.
Yeah, we're gonna get the numbers for the cab and the Airbnb, because when we got out of Panama Airport, taxis, same anywhere. Taxis, need a ride. Well, yeah, we needed a ride, but we weren't paying $40. So you've got to, you can't be shy, you gotta barter. You gotta barter with the taxi drivers, because they will gringo price you, and they'll be quite happy to gringo price you. So we went from $40 to $20 for half an hour ride, which I thought was fair.
Found him.
The taxi driver that we had, his name was Ceasar. He was very, very good. When we got to the Airbnb, our phones would not work, and he ended up calling the Airbnb hosty gal
for us. Yes.
For us. He stayed with us. We were sat in the shuttle bus actually, while he was trying to get hold of him. Then finally, one of the people at work there came and let us in. So Ceasar, his phone number is 673-151173. That's a Panamanian number. He's really, really nice. So if you're looking for a ride, he speaks pretty good English. So if you're looking for a ride at the airport and somewhere to go, then call Ceasar and tell him that Tracy and Steve
and he's dependable.
Recommended you.
Yes. The Monday, we also arranged the Thursday. We arranged for him to come and get us the Monday morning at about 4:30 in the morning.
Yep.
And he did. He was early, so excellent. So there you go.
And then the Airbnb, we had the young lady Shannon looking after us. She was lovely. She's a Jamaican woman, very, very nice, really, really nice. The Airbnb, it was $23 a night. That's all it was. So for the 4 days, we ended up paying under $140. That was all in. We had a bed, a small kitchenette area with a coffee maker and a microwave. I wish they'd had a kettle, so I just had to boil water through the coffee maker because I'm more of a tea drinker. And we had the bathroom. And that's all on the TV. We had
Very
TV,
simple.
but the TV didn't work for us. We couldn't get it to work.
It might have just been us.
Yeah.
It was a smart TV. It was all in Spanish anyway. I couldn't get anything on it. We have the laptop, so there you go.
Yeah, we just
Netflix, whatever, right?
So it was very basic. Had 2 pools and the jacuzzi, a whole play area for the kids and everything, and it's all gated and that too if you've got children, so you can actually close it off and lock it up so that children can't just get in there, which I thought was good. Miguel has a capuchin monkey. We said hi to the monkey.
Yes, which we have videos and photographs. We'll put together a video for you.
Yes.
Of our whole Panama. We're not going to get into too much of what we did in Panama. We'll do that. We'll show you the videos.
Yes, we got lots of videos.
This is basically just about the border run and a little bit of insight.
So we stayed in Albrook. We were like 5 minutes from the mall, which was kind of handy. So if you need a taxi, honestly, you can just walk out on the street in Panama. And as you're walking, you will hear toot toot toot, like toot toot toot, and it's the taxis.
They honk at you.
So they don't really honk. They just kind of little toot 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 kind of.
Honk. Yep.
You know, they don't, not loud, not like, you know, they just kind of go toot toot toot.
They beep, they honk. They toot toot toot.
Just to get your attention,
yeah, that's
basically.
what they do. Yep.
And if you put up your hand, they'll stop and pick you up. But make sure you agree to a price before you get in that cab. Because if you don't, then they will gringo price you.
Yes, and the cabs there are cheap. The cab rides are cheap. So you think you're getting a bargain at $10 American where it should be $3. Now, mind you, if you don't mind, that's fine, and it makes some money. But you know, we budget time. Every dollar counts, and there's no reason you should have to pay $10 if the price is $3. So if you arrange a price with them beforehand, then you're not going to be sitting with the man afterwards, him telling you he wants $25 American for a $3 ride. So there you go.
Yes.
Oh, this is the host name for the Airbnb.
Yeah, so the Airbnb is in Albrook. It's in a really nice neighborhood.
And Albrook, sorry to interrupt you, honey. The Albrook's a beautiful area.
Yes,
so
very
if you
nice.
find an Airbnb
really
there,
big home.
Safe neighborhood,
yes.
Great big. It looks like they were built originally to be apartments or large homes.
Actually, they reminded me a lot of the Med. They're got a very Mediterranean
I've never been there,
look
but
to
yes,
them.
they are.
I have.
Yes.
They have a very kind of Mediterranean look to them. They were beautiful, actually.
Yes. We walked, had no problems walking around, had nobody hassling us.
So Igal's number for the Airbnb that we stayed at is 637-98201. Unfortunately, I don't know the name of the Airbnb, but he is on Airbnb.
Yeah.
If I can find it, I'll leave a link in the description on the video.
Yeah, and just check Albrook, and we're gonna have, like I say, some video and some footage of the pools and the. I don't know if we did the room though.
I took some pictures of the room.
Okay, well there you go.
When we cleaned up after. But one thing I will mention is that this Airbnb does allow dogs. So I just want to mention that because on the Saturday night we had a dog barking in the room next to us at 10 o'clock at night. Now it didn't really bother us, but to some people they might have a problem with that. We were so tired. Yeah. We ended up zonking out anyway because we'd walked all day pretty much down at the causeway by the Panama Canal. So anyway, coming home.
So go ahead.
Caesar picked us up on the, well, actually he was early.
And what do we need to get back into Costa Rica?
So yeah, you need to have your, if you're planning on staying for 90 days, you've got to have your 90 days health insurance. You have to fill in your QR code. There is no COVID test required to come into Costa Rica, but you must have health insurance. So you will only get stamped for the amount of time that you have your health insurance. That's it, no more.
And where do they find to do the QR?
So you can go onto the government website, get Costa Rican government website. You'll find it there. It's easy. It's easy to find.
Need a flight number.
Yes, you gotta have the flight number. So coming back into Costa Rica, we actually didn't. It was nice and quick and simple, really.
Yep. Yes, it was.
I think because we flew out for a few days is why we didn't have any issues, because we've been seeing people on YouTube that have done trying to do the day border crossing in Panama.
Or a couple hours.
And they've been having a lot of problems. Some people didn't even get stamped and coming back into Costa Rica, so they're here illegally. They haven't got their visa stamped yet. So we were glad that we flew. As of June the 1st, Costa Rica no longer extended the visas, because anybody that was here December 2019, they had their visas extended right up until June 1st this year. Because of COVID. But as of June the 1st, they no longer extended the visas. So there was a huge exodus June 1st. And there's been a lot of people have had issues trying to do the day crossing. I don't think there was really much of an issue before COVID.
No, what they're thinking, nobody knows for sure. The Panamanian government has not said anything.
It's more immigration.
Immigration, we think, have got a little pissy because there's been this huge exodus of people coming into their country for basically like sometimes an hour or two, spending no money, not staying there, coming back just for the stamp, just to get back into another country, back to Costa Rica. We don't know if that's the reason. We have no idea.
That's just what some of the videos.
That's just a theory that people say, you know. So, but anyway, there has been a few people that have had hassles. We had none flying, and other than the fact that highly recommend going to Panama and staying in Panama for a week if you can. It's beautiful. Beautiful. We'd have stayed longer if we'd have known, and we're going to go back for sure at some point.
The people were really nice, and it was beautiful.
If you want kind of a vacation,
a lot cheaper.
Yeah, if you want to, you live in Costa Rica already, and you'd like a little kind of a vacation from your vacation, Panama was beautiful.
But we love Costa Rica.
Yes, but we saw in Florida. Yeah, Panama's completely different, very modern. We have, like I said, we have videos, so we'll get into that.
Panama City reminded us a lot of Toronto, actually.
Yes,
the waterfront, yes, but prettier.
Panama City's beautiful for a city. If you like the concrete jungle, so to speak, beautiful architecture, beautiful buildings. We come in at night, which made it even nicer.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, so coming back from Panama, no problems.
Nope.
They wanted
our address where we were staying.
Yes, we did the QR code in the form at the Airbnb in Panama, because it has to be within 72 hours.
Yes.
I think we got that right.
Yeah.
So yeah, QR codes you can have on your phone. We print everything that we can and have paper with us, because the Costa Rica and Panama, they like paper.
Costa Rica more so.
Yes, if you
that's been our experience.
Do duplicates, because if they keep a piece of paper, then you still have a copy. If you can, we recommend it for sure. You can put the QR codes, take a photo of your laptop or on your phone, or in our case we had both our phones and a tablet. Worked fine, no problems.
Because when we first came, the customs guy I knew right off the bat. Didn't I say that?
That's when we came to Costa Rica.
Did I not say?
Yes.
Oh shit!
He was by the book.
When
he was an older
called
guy.
us, I just knew.
Yeah.
Looking at him, I was like, oh Christ. We thought we were going to get with this younger customs guy, and then someone said behind, kind of flagged us and said that we were being shouted. And as soon as I saw him, I said to Stephen, "Oh, here we go." This
So
he was gonna be by. He was nice, but he was by the book.
This is another thing to keep this in mind. If you come to either country, have the address handy of the place you are staying. In Panama, it was the Airbnb for us, written down. Here was the house here. You'd think it'd be simple. It's not. It's in Spanish. No addresses in Costa Rica, like 13 Fred Street. It just doesn't happen. They're in Spanish. They use landmarks for addresses. But anyway, we were asked that when we came into Costa Rica. The Airbnb in San Jose that we stayed at. Luckily, we had the woman's number, and that customs officer, he phoned her, and he talked to her.
Wendy,
and Wendy gave him the lowdown. Said, "Yeah, they're staying with me." They asked in Panama when we went, and they asked in Costa Rica again when we came back. So keep that in mind. Know where you're going, where you're staying, and have the address handy.
And the other thing that we forgot to mention too is going into Panama. The second checkout that we had to go through at immigration, there are actually some forms. We didn't know this, nobody said anything to us. Now, whenever I've flown before, usually these forms are given to people that are non-residents on the plane, and you fill out on the plane. That's what I've always seen before in the past. So we're in the lineup, and I see all these people with these forms, and I said to Stephen, what have they got? What are those forms? We don't have those forms. So I ended up asking these guys, it's like, what are those forms you have? He said, oh, everybody has to fill them out. Now this was in the non-residents lineup for going into Panama. So they said, oh, they're over there on these like shelves they have on the walls. So we ended up having to leave the lineup, go over, fill in the forms, which was basically, it's just all your info basically.
If there's instructions on the wall that you have to do it, we didn't see them. If there's nobody told us you had to fill them out, they're just these tables with pens along the walls. There's pads of them, and you rip one off and fill it out. It's not a complicated form, but you have to fill them out.
So we had to leave the queue, and then by the time we'd done, the queue was 3 times longer, and I was like, ugh. But that's the joys of traveling.
If you're in Panama, keep an eye out for those.
Yes, and you actually do those when you get to the third checkout, when you think you're actually leaving, but you're not. You have to go through. You have to go through all the scanning again and everything. That's where you look for the forms.
Seems like you're never going to get out of the airport.
It took us a long time to get out of the airport in Panama. Like I was just like, when we came first time to Costa Rica, it was pretty quick. We went straight to immigration customs, and that was it.
Yeah, and luggage. We only brought carry-on to Panama with us. We didn't have any luggage to wait to check or anything, because it's simple, and we only were there 4 days. So.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it really. So in September we're actually we're going to be doing our first land border crossing. So we are going with our landlords, Maria and Jimmy. They are actually going to be coming with us because they want to go over to Panama too. So we'll try and video that. The problem is you can't video in the airports. You're not supposed to. They don't like it. They get all uptight, and especially when you're in immigration, like where they just do not like you having the cameras. So we'll try and do whatever we can without getting arrested.
Coming back to Costa Rica, we used an air ticket in September. We showed them an air ticket to Guatemala. We're not using the air ticket. It's refundable, but they need to see it. It's proof on paper.
Yes, you have to have an exit ticket coming into Costa Rica.
But we are doing a land border crossing, but that was simpler than, because our Costa Rican family, we're going with them. We won't have a ticket. We're not taking a bus, so explaining that at the customs would have been very difficult. Easier, showed them an air ticket. Here's how we're getting out in September in our 90 days. We will just cancel that ticket now and get our money back. So make sure, if you are interested in doing that way, that your ticket is refundable.
Oh, you can do a bus ticket too, but they're not refundable.
Yes.
You get a bus ticket,
they're not real
refundable.
expensive, but
they're like $50, but they're non-refundable.
Yes.
Maria told us that actually.
Yes.
So, and then we're going to look at some more properties on Sunday, because we're looking at buying property here. So
yes,
on Sunday we're going to look at some more properties, and that's pretty much it. I think we covered everything.
Yep. More upcoming videos of Panama, and there's a few more Costa Rica that we haven't posted yet, which we will.
And again, if you want a house tour and you want to find out how we found the house and how much we pay,
and see the house,
leave a comment below. Okay?
Yeah, let us know if you're interested in that. Let us know anything else you're interested in. We've only been here 3 months. We're by far experts on Costa Rica. It's saying that we're also not experts on the border run. We're just telling you our experience.
That's our own.
So check in, do your homework. Things change fast here. Check with the government sites.
Well, not really, but
actually, no, they don't change fast here. You just don't know when they're going to change, and they could change.
Yeah.
So, but
well, it's more COVID related than anything,
yes,
right?
well,
Anything else is pretty slow.
The whole world.
Hence the word pura vida.
Yes. So,
right.
I think we're good.
So I think that's everything. So yeah, we had no problems really with our border run.
Nope.
But I think that's because we decided to fly and we decided to spend
some time in Panama.
Which was well worth it. We really enjoyed it. So and we'll definitely be back. So anyway, till next time, guys, if there's anything you'd like us to talk about, just drop a comment below the video. Let us know.
Yes, and please like and subscribe, because Daddy needs a new camera. No, we have limited equipment, and we'd certainly like to upgrade it. It's hard to find in Costa Rica anyway, so we appreciate you bearing with us too.
Yes, we're not doing it to be millionaires or anything.
Absolutely
we're just
not.
doing it because we had
enough people asking.
Yes, a lot of people asking, to share our adventures and that when we got here, because as you know, we sold everything we owned in Canada. And when I say we sold everything we owned, the farm, we sold everything, and we came over here with 7 suitcases. That's it. That's all we basically the clothes on our back.
Pretty much.
And that's it.
I bought some new clothes here though.
Yes, you got this nice t-shirt for
$2.99
in Panama.
Anyway, we'll call that. Watch for our videos. Thanks for watching. Sins and Ski, Pura Vida, and Pura Vida.
Yes, Pura Vida. Ciao.